How do you deal with a difficult real estate agent? Take 5 with Team Hayden, and you know what? This is one that pops up all the time, and this is where Doug's specialty lies, and I hide, is how do you, turtle. How do you deal with a difficult real estate agent when you're negotiating a transaction and you only want what's best for your client, but maybe the other agent either A, is speaking the same language, like the love languages, one's over here responding this and one's thinking that. But Doug, you're really good at it. You're awesome. So.
Okay, so dealing with a difficult agent, there's all kinds of things going on. I've been accused of being difficult to deal with myself, okay? So I think a lot of it comes down to maybe personalities, but you gotta remember, when you're in any real estate transaction as a realtor, your first and primary goal is to look out for the interest of your client. So you're obviously, in transactions, you're not going to disclose certain things like motivation and that sort of thing. So you might have a realtor that maybe new, or I find one thing, honestly, a lot of these TV shows tend to bring out a whole new attitude in realtors I've never seen before, but you've got to deal with it and get past it. You'll get realtors that either, and I call it old school realtors, that understand you're in a negotiation, that they are working for the best interest of their client, but at the end of the day, everybody wants to see a transaction come together if it's possible for all parties. And that really is your goal. So the biggest one, honestly, is putting ego aside. Can you put your ego aside? And it does tend to come out. I will say, honestly, I see it more in newer realtors than I do in realtors that have been around the block and been through up and down markets, because nothing tests your mettle like a market that can be tough.
Yeah, and well, you said newer agents. Is that really? Do you think that nothing personal, Dexter? You're going on the hot seat here. Yeah. Do you think that's ego, or do you think that's more that bravado? Like, look at me. So that fake it till you make it scenario.
It's there. It's all baked in. Like, all of that is baked in. So you just have to, again, at the end of the day, what are you trying to do here? And sometimes I'll talk to agents, and I've been pretty firm too. I've kind of laid down the law. If I feel that somebody's not dealing fairly or anything, I try to bring it back to, hey, we're trying to get a transaction done. Best interest of your client, best interest of mine. Is it going to happen or not? Because I have literally walked away, and I do feel at some point there are agents that actually interfere with the process. They really, that's more about how they're transacting than the other.
Do you think, though, that they're priming their client on the other side? This is what I think happens sometimes, and I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, please email me.
Telegraphing.
Yeah, I think that the agent's like, well, you're going to get this and we're going to do that and this is how it's going to be, and I'm the best real estate agent out there. Well, the reality is probably the top 20, maybe even 30% of real estate agents are phenomenal, and you got 20 that need to learn, and then you have your bottom half, and then that's any industry. But I think that they come in and they go so hard in, this is how it's going to happen, and then when you come in with that offer, they have no room to go anywhere. Yeah. So maybe this is, if you don't want to be the difficult real estate agent,
it's defending their listing.
Defending their listing. Dexter, how are you going to deal with a challenging agent? Call Dad?
Yeah.
Call Doug.
Call Doug.
Do exactly what I do.
Can't
Call
wait
Doug.
till you're on one end and I'm on the other end. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, we actually went up. Doug brought a competing offer on a listing once, and I actually accepted the other offer. Needless to say, that was not a happy scenario at home for a few days. No, I did get the better deal for the client. Okay, so any thoughts on being a new agent and navigating an old, crusty agent?
What I would do is I would kind of try to de-escalate the situation. So if they're frustrated, I'm frustrated, I would just try to kind of lay things out and be like, okay, listen, this isn't going to get us anywhere. Let's just both take a breath, go through this, because we both want to see this deal happen. It's not like you want a deal to collapse. You don't go into a thing going like, I'm going to write this offer just to watch it collapse. No, you want it to happen. So just kind of talk things through, because I feel like a lot of frustrations and a lot of a lot of issues come from kind of miscommunication.
Miscommunication.
Especially over an email.
Awesome.
Like if you're sending an email, then things get so
text.
lost in email because you might think that, oh, you're reading as, oh, I'm only going to give you like 419, but.
Okay, speaking of miscommunication, we're done. We're done. This is Take 5 with Team Hayden. Thanks for joining us. If you have any other questions, send them to us at explorere.com and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.